Hello guys, Michi here, and first of all, I gotta apologize. I did not knew that Sydney Sweeney had an acting career. I only followed her because of her racism career. Had I known she was an actress, I would have never followed her. I am so disappointed right now. I am shaking. I'm just joking, by the way. That is a joke. Please don't cancel me. The funny part is that if I ever become famous, people are going to use this exact moment against me. Which is fine, I'm fine with it. It will be really funny when people see the real context of these videos, so it doesn't matter. But yes, Sydney Sweeney has been under a lot of controversy for the past, I don't know, 5 months since she did that unfamous American Eagle ad. I mean, that was just... Then she released like a bath water, which she also got a lot of hate for it because it was very marketed towards men. And a lot of people, men and women, were like, oh, why are you making a soap for men? This is very misogynistic. Which I don't have an opinion on the second topic, on the soap thing, but I do have an opinion on the American Eagle ad, and that is that it's just nonsense. How can that be controversial at all? And especially because I have seen a lot of the critiques that people make of that ad. All the arguments that I have seen so far fall very short, and trust me, I am short too. I would know, that is my area of expertise, being short. I guess just to give a quick sum up of the ad, if for some reason you haven't seen it, it's just Sydney Sweeney basically saying, I have great jeans, and that is like a play word. Jeans, like the clothes. Jeans, literally like these. The ones that I'm using are Levi's, but it doesn't matter. But jeans can also sound like jeans, meaning the thing that gives you your skin color, the thing that gives you the color of your eyes, the genetic information that will form you and your children and so on. And a lot of people said that this was very, not only a little bit racist, but very racist, because Sydney Sweeney is effectively white and also has blue eyes. So a lot of people were saying she's a white supremacist. She wants all the other races to be gone. And this argument falls short in a lot of ways. First of all, I'm pretty sure she did not come up with the idea for the ad. But you will say, well, she agreed. Okay, fine, she agreed. Then it never says something like, I have the best jeans. It just says, I have great jeans. Which you can understand that it is for a wordplay inside of the ad. But also, even if it wasn't, even if they really mean that white are great jeans, what would be the problem with her being proud of being white? Me as an indigenous Mexican, I can say I am proud of my jeans and nobody have a problem with it. But just because she's white, she cannot be proud of her jeans, which, by the way, I would argue that was not the main point of the ad. She did not come up with the idea of the ad, and also the ad is not offensive at all. It is not implied at all that all the other races are worse than white. It doesn't make any sense to me. But this is not what I'm here to speak about, because this is already a very old topic. But rather, she did recently an interview in which she got asked and given the opportunity to clarify things about the ad. Please roll the clip, producer.
White people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
First of all, I really love Sydney's faces here. Like, she's just with the poker face. She's not even being bothered by it, because I feel like a lot of people, when confronted, would be like, oh, what is she speaking about? Or trying to be very agreeable, like, yeah. No, she's like dead serious. What are you trying to say, you know? I like that. She's a very strong person. And mind you, before we continue, I just want to say, I am not a Sydney Sweeney fan at all. I've never seen a single movie or series where she is. I just really know her because of all the controversies that she's been on recently. So for me, it is like I am speaking about the points in the videos, not really about defending Sydney. I don't care about Sydney.
Since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
If I have an issue that I have to speak about, people will care to listen to it. Because this is an incredible response. First of all, she's like, if I had a problem that I have to speak to, so assuming she doesn't have any problem, because it is true, she did nothing wrong in that ad. If you want to come and say, Sydney Sweeney kicked the balls of my grandpa, well, sure, but in the American Eagle ad, she's absolutely guilt-free. Sydney Sweeney is as guilty as a spoon in a murder trial. It just didn't happen that way. So Sydney is very clear here. She does not need to apologize to anybody. And second of all, she's addressing the direct comment of the girl where she's like, I am giving you the opportunity. Like, Sydney is like, well, I don't need your opportunity. If I want to speak, trust me, I have a big enough audience platform to speak about whatever I want and people are going to listen. Thank you for your opportunity, but it's worthless. It is genuinely so refreshing because for the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years, I've seen people being like, Oh, well, I'm sorry if I offended somebody. I didn't mean to. And a lot of the times they really did say a lot of offensive things, and in that case, you should definitely apologize. But if you know in your heart that you did nothing wrong, don't apologize ever. Not because just some random people offended you, don't gotta apologize. I like to see that kind of strength. And of course, this video got a lot of people hating on Sydney, which I think it's a little bit unfair. I think she did the right thing. But one of the videos that I saw that it literally just convinced me to make a video about this whole topic was this video of this girl just making fun of the way Sydney looks, like not even of her argument, not even criticizing. Well, yeah, I know she did nothing wrong, but she still needs to apologize. Not even something silly like that. No, 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 no. She just went and literally tried to imitate Sydney's face and tried to humiliate Sydney in some sort of way. Just take a look at this. Oh my god. I mean, that's just big, isn't it? The amount of self-awareness that this girl is lacking. I'm not even speaking about her looks or anything. I will not use the same card that this person is using because I saw a lot of people in her comments being like, you're right, you're incredible. But also I saw some people being like, well, you're uglier. What do you mean? Why are you trying to make Sydney look ugly when you're uglier? I will not even say that. I don't think this is about ugliness or not. It's just about the intention, man. I will not emit a judgment about her looks. I don't care about that. But does she understand how silly, just how silly the argument is here? Like, Sydney Sweeney looks perfectly fine in the video. Come, heck, let's put it again.
Genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And
What's the problem with Sydney's face? She looks absolutely incredible here. She looks very cool. What do you mean racism is aging her? First of all, she wasn't racist. Second of all, what do you mean aging her? Like, is aging bad? When you are older, you're going to say that you are bad now all of a sudden? And also, like, are you trying to judge Sydney Sweeney, one of, according to a lot of people, the most attractive, trendiest person of the moment? You know, I guess the main thing is that every time I see people making arguments about Sydney Sweeney, they just end up with using some sort of weird logic that doesn't make any sense. Like, she has horrible face because she's aging because of racism. What? Okay, and then we got this other girl also using very faulty logic.
Remata diciendo que sus genes son azules.
Whoa, 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 where are you going? Don't be worried. You don't gotta go and get your translator. I will translate for you.
Sydney remata diciendo que sus genes son azules y pues la cámara apunta a sus ojos.
Sydney says that her genes are blue and then the camera just points towards her eyes.
Y básicamente pues es como que la supremacía de que los genes de una persona blanca con ojos azules pues son los mejores.
This basically says about the supremacy of people with the genetic of blue eyes and white skin is the best amongst all the races. This is literally the interpretation that this random girl on TikTok got out of the ad of American Eagle, which is like, in what moment? Because she says, I have gray genes, I have blue genes. How do you understand that as white supremacy? She's saying that she's a white supremacist and that her genes are superior to those of any other single race. At this point, you're just inventing things out of thin air. At this point, it's just like Full Metal Alchemist just transmuting a weapon out of thin air. Like, I don't have an argument. Oops, I do have an argument now.
Porque la palabra que usa es great, como make America great again.
This is so silly. I'm not even sure you want to know what she said here. She says, because the word she used is great genes. And great is like make America great again. She's making it so that the word great just immediately means make America great again. Now, I do believe that Sydney Sweeney actually did support like make America great again or Trump, I don't know, something like that. But to say that this word in this ad is just making an exact reference to make America great again, that is just such a stretch. I have great genes is because of make America great again. That is literally the argument that this girl is doing. I am not kidding you. Ask somebody that speaks Spanish. That is true. Like, Even I am saying it, I am listening to it, and I don't believe it. Then she goes to say that people are accusing American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney of promoting eugenics. I don't really know what that is, but the way she explained it is that it is the idea of improving the race. To be fair, in the second part of the video, she's not explicitly her accusing American Eagle. She's just reporting that some people are accusing American Eagle and Sydney of saying that they gotta improve their race by only reproducing between white individuals. Now, how people got that from the ad is just beyond me. I did see some theories, and one of them was that, well, a lot of women are just very jealous of Sydney Sweeney because their boyfriends like Sydney Sweeney and they want to make her look bad. Which I assume for some people it might actually be that, but I don't think that's the greater thing. I just believe that majority of people just want to, for some reason, claim the moral high ground. They want to demonstrate how good they are, how pure and moral. Look, Sydney Sweeney is doing this. I would never do this. That way they get some sort of dopamine from thinking that they're better than Sydney Sweeney or something. These famous people with a lot of money, they don't deserve it. I deserve it. Look, I am good. The system is corrupt just because bad people have money and me, that I am a good person, don't. Well, I mean, the money part and all of that, I just kind of invented it, but I do believe that is because people want to just virtue signal and be like, look, I am good. I am so smart and I am so for the people, which I don't have anything against that in principle, but when you're making such leaps in arguments like this, you're literally convincing yourself, because I know these people don't really believe what they're saying. They're convincing themselves because they saw a mob of furious internet people going after Sydney Sweeney and they wanted to be part of it. Because the reality is that Sydney Sweeney has worked with a lot of people of each color, shape, form, religion, background, whatever. Like people claiming that Sydney Sweeney is racist. How does that work in practice? Do you think she sees like a person like me and she will be like, oh, get him out of my view, and then just spits on me or something? I don't think so. She acts in movies and series. Do you think she goes with the producer and says, hey, this person is of this color, so get him out? Like, how does racism work for Sydney Sweeney? I don't understand what people are saying even. But anyway, just wanted to speak about it. That's about it. See ya.